Hey everyone, welcome back to River Adventures. We're working on a 1993 Dodge Caravan. This is just for educational purposes. So if you do something wrong to your vehicle, please confide in a professional mechanic. But this is just for entertainment and educational purposes. So we'll be working on the Dodge Caravan fuse relays. And here's the instructions. So stay tuned.
Okay, well, on your relay cover, this tells you how this relay is working. And what this tells you is that there's a coil here, and when it's energized, it creates a magnetic field that pulls this connector and closes this circuit between number 30, the number 30 pole, and the number 87 pole. So when you hit in this case, we're testing the fuel pump relay. When you hit your key, you'll hear a click and you'll hear your fuel pump run briefly. What's happening is when you turn your key on, this coil is energized. It creates a magnetic field that pulls this connector between pole 30 and pole 87 down across them, connecting or closing that circuit. So that's how it works. What we're doing here for Lenny is we're testing whether she has a break in the wiring between her relay, this guy here, which plugs into this socket, so a break in the wiring between this relay and her fuel pump. In order to do that, we need to have the fuel pump running constantly so we can then kind of wiggle the wires and find out if there's any action that causes the fuel pump to stop running. So we need that fuel pump to run all the time. In order to do that, I'm going to jump this circuit by connecting with this wire or another wire. This may be too thick, but we'll be connecting the pole 30 directly to pole 87, closing that circuit and running the fuel pump. So this is my pole 30. It's fed by an always hot wire on the back, and we've tested that with our test light, that it's always hot. And so we're going to jump that across to the 87. And Lenny, you can hear that pump running, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we've done. We've just jumped.
I heard the pump. Someone come. Can you hear it? It's coming from down there somewhere.
You'll probably hear it more if you go to the back of the vehicle.
Okay, let's do that. So
go ahead. And I'll plug it in once you're back there. And
okay.
You can edit all this together, Jeff.
Okay, here we go. Okay, go ahead. I hope you can hear it. Okay, do it again. That means your fuel pump's working. If you can hear that spraying noise, that means your gas pump's working. So anyway, this right here is if you have a 1993 Dodge Caravan, this is your fuel pump relay. And then we got the fan right here. We got the fuel pump. We got the starter. And then these other two right here, because there's like 5 of them. So all these relays are all the same. So when you buy your relays, they're all the same size, so you can just buy one size. And this is what it looks like right here. You have four prongs right here. So that's pretty much it. And so, you know what these other two are here for 4 and 5? Because there's 5 relays.
We haven't figured those out yet. We know that number 1 is the fan, number 2 is the fuel pump, number 3 is the starter relay, and we haven't determined what 4 and 5 are yet.
Okay, and also another thing too, if you're not sure, please check with your mechanic, but this is what we use right here, and we put this is for electrical to keep it everything like waterproof, sealed, and lubricated to make sure that your fuses are working properly. So if if you don't know about this, this should be one of your favorite items right here for all your electrical. You just put a little bit on, and it just waterproofs it, keeps it safe, sealed. For can we use this for all electrical?
Yeah.
You can use this for all electrical. So do not put any other thing on your electrical, but it's got to be specifically for electrical grease, and that's what this is right here. You can get this at Harbor Freight, Ace Hardware, Amazon, any automotive store that you can. So this stuff should be your favorite new item onto your automotive list. Let's continue on with the adventure. Here.
I'm just looking for. Oh, that'll work good.
So anyway, this is what he was using. These little.
I'm just picking
these like little doodads for just for testing.
Just for making a jumper wire.
Yeah. So anyway, he's making a home DIY testing. You can testing wire to test the wire. So he found one that fits, I guess, a little bit better. So now he's just clamping it down. And then he's gonna put one on the other side. So you know, so home DIY testers, clamp testers to see. Is it relay testers?
It's just a jumper wire.
Jumper wire,
you can
yeah.
use it for all kinds of things.
So he's just clamping that down. And now he's gonna be putting it into, you can see the first socket. I hear the gas.
So now we got that pump running, right?
Yeah. Is it gonna flood the engine?
Nope.
And here's the wire connector.
That's running solidly. Doesn't seem to be any problem here. Where there was the last time, I remember that because we fixed this. We had to do that monkey business, and it seems to have held up good.
Yeah, and also I unplugged that and I unplugged that back in. So this is for your fuel line. So we rebuilt this. I put in a new gas pump, a new gas tank and everything. So we did this about a couple years ago. So if you're driving down the road in a 1993 Dodge Caravan, the engine shuts off, what causes that? What makes it do that?
Driving down the road and having it shut off?
Yeah, and the engine just shuts off, and then you gotta put it back in park and start it up again.
Boy, that could be something electrical getting overheated and losing its connection, or a fuel delivery problem. That's what we're trying to diagnose here, is a fuel delivery problem. I'm not so sure you've got a bad wire there, or a bad wiring.
Because I tried to start it up the other day and it wouldn't start. So does it have to do something else with the PSI that's causing another problem or another issue?
Well, that could be.
For, you know, having the fuel part in. I think that's so what other parts would we need to...
Is if you're not getting enough fuel pressure, but I'd really be surprised if that were the problem.
Because when I push the gas, the pedal's kind of loose.
Well,
and
that's okay. That's just your cable. That's just
so,
your cable leading up here.
Yeah, it's really, as you can see, it's really, really loose here.
You can adjust that. We can adjust that with this. And back this off and take some of the slack out of that cable.
Because when I start up the engine, I prime it by clicking the key. I turn it on. But I don't turn on the engine. I just turn it on and off, and listens for the gas pump. So this is for educational purposes. And if you hear that shh sound and that tsk, tsk sound, that is your relay right here. And so that means it's working. So if you hear it, listen, and you hear a tick when you're just priming the engine, turning it on and off. That's how I'm able to get my engine turned on, by putting up enough pressure in the fuel lines to actually start up the engine. And then right here, this spot right here, is you pop this hose off right here, and then you put your starter fluid. So anyway, back to what I forgot to hit record, you guys. So give me a little thumbs up, likey. I forgot to hit record. So anyway, this is where your wire is connected to your pedal for the gas. And if this is where you need to put starter fluid in. So here's your starter fluid. And so you pull this cover off right here, you know, if you need to get your gas in. And then you pull this throttle body back, and you can kind of see here. Wait a minute. Let me get that in there. See how that opens? Your flap opens. So you would pour some of this in there. And when you're starting up your engine, let me show you. When you're starting up your engine, and this is for having an older vehicle. So this is pretty much, you put your key in the ignition, and then what you want to do is, you don't want to turn on the engine. You just turn it on into on position, and you listen for the fuel pump in the back. And if it has a little spraying noise, shh, then you know your fuel pump's working. And then if you hear a little click in the front, then you know that your relay's working. And so to prime the engine, you just, instead of pushing the gas, that's wrong. So what you want to do is just turn on the engine like this, and you're just priming up the gas line. And this is for all vehicles. So you just put it on like this and turn it off. And if you hear a clicking noise, that is your relay. And if you hear a psst sound, that's your gas pump. So you know that both of those are working.
Let's clear everything out of the way. Let's go ahead and jump this thing and have you start it. Okay?
Oh, you mean, oh, just put everything back together?
Yeah, except we're not going to put the relay on. We're just going to jump that circuit so that your pump is running.
How do you do that?
Just like we did before with the wire. Remember that? We jumped that? We're going to do that, and then you're going to start it.
Oh, okay.
Set aside.
So I'm going to be in the driver's seat, and I'm just going to turn on the engine. And let's see, we got the video camera here going. Let's see here.
Get your snorkel here.
I'm going to put that back in. Yep. So that's the snorkel that you put back on after you do the fuel. So if you have to, you know, get your vehicle started on an older vehicle, just get this starter fluid, put it there in your throttle body, spray some in, prime your engine like I showed you to get your vehicle started. Do not push on the gas pump. That's wrong. Just prime the engine with the key. I hope it doesn't fall. I'll try to be careful.
Oh, are you going to leave your phone there?
Yeah, it's recording.
That's not a very good idea, I don't think.
Okay, not yet.
No, hold on. You don't have any fuel pressure yet.
Okay.
I'm still messing around with dielectric grease.
Oh, okay, so I'm not ready yet.
Not quite.
People love watching this. And that's
If
how I
you
found
want,
it.
I'll hold the phone. I'm not comfortable with your phone being. And do you have a little rag out here?
Yeah, I have one in my vehicle. So pretty much we got this in here.
Okay, go ahead and go start it up.
Okay. So now we're gonna listen for the engine to start up, and this is how you do the testing. And yeah, you gotta show the audience about this when we get it started. So now, do I prime the engine?
You won't need to. It's already primed. The pump's running now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on the engine, you guys. I don't hear the pump.
Okay, hold on. Your ground might not have been good enough there. Okay, go ahead. Nothing?
I don't hear the pump.
Well, I don't hear the car turning over.
No, because I didn't.
I hear it. I hear it. It's running.
That's what happens when it shuts off. So I'm wondering why it's doing that. And then it just shuts off like that.
Well, we'll have to do some research on that and see what the common problems are.
So I don't know if
Will it, if you do it again, will it stay running? Why don't you do that again, and I'll hit the throttle a little bit from up here.
I also did that too, and it shut off.
Okay, well, let's humor me and let's try it.
See, that's the problem that we're having with that. I think maybe Paul needs to fix, because he has those PSI machines. Not unless can we do it and get a PSI machine for that?
Well, certainly not today, and I'm not sure when I'm going to have time, but I suspect maybe your fuel injectors. Go ahead.
Place the fuel injectors in here.
No, we haven't.
So let's just do that. Let's just get all new ones, because these are the original. Let's just find out and see, and we'll get it ordered. So let's just get that done. And then so the next diagnostic here, it could like C Money said, it could be a fuel injector. So that will be in the next video for River Adventures. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And of course, are we done with this video today?
I think that's going to do it for today.
We'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching River Adventures. Have a tazzy-wazzy day. There's your star of the show. And also, we got a special preview after this video here. We got a second 2 fur babies, the star of the show too. So we'll see you soon. Have a tazzy-wazzy day. Bye for now. And my mom made me some pork chops for lunch today, and it was good and yummy. And we'll see you in the next video soon. And you have a tazzy-wazzy day. Have a meow-meow days. I'm just a happy boy because I got pork chops for lunch. All right, bye for now.